G'day, it's Heath here from pickinglessons.com. In this guitar lesson, we're going to take a look at a version of Arkansas Traveller. There are two variations in the arrangement, and we're playing out of drop D, and that's when string 6 is tuned from low E down to a D. So in a moment, we're going to take a look at part A of the first variation, and we're going to break down each measure, and we'll take a look at some exercises to help us learn it. If you head on over to pickinglessons.com, you'll find the lessons for part B in the first variation and also the lessons for part A and B of the second variation. You'll also be able to get yourself a copy of the tab that has the picking and fingering marks notated in there. And there are also 3 backing tracks and play-along tracks. So as you're learning the tune, you can use those to help your fluency and improve your tempo. pickinglessons.com. Okay, we're going to jump on into the first variation of part A. Okay, Arkansas Traveller here on the guitar. We'll look at part A to begin with. This is the first variation in the arrangement. So part A, first of all, make sure you're in drop D tuning. So your low 6th string is tuned down to a D. And so we're in drop D tuning. All the other strings are tuned to standard. So it's just string 6 that's tuned from your regular E down a step, then a whole step to the D. Okay, so let's have a little bit of a playthrough and we'll have a bit of a chat about some of the ornaments as we move through. One of the things that you really need to keep in mind as we play, you only need 2 fingers. You only need your first finger, which will cover that 2nd fret, and your 3rd finger will cover the 4th fret. Any slides and hammer-ons or pull-offs that we're playing are going to be in those positions with those fingers. So just keep in mind, 1st finger, 2nd fret, 3rd finger, 3rd fret for this portion of the arrangement. So I'll play through the first few measures, including the pickup note. 1, 2, 3, 4. So first 4 measures there, including those 2 pickup notes at the beginning. We have a number of hammer-ons. So the hammer-on initially there in the pickup notes, 2nd to 4th frets. Then we play that 6th string open, moving the string 4. And we have the pull off on the 2nd half of that first measure. Back to that 2nd fret, up on that open 4th string. So your picking hand as you move through is going to be following the rhythm. So the 8th notes, the first of the 2 8th notes is a down movement, and then your 2nd 8th note is an up movement, upstroke. So when there is a pull-off or a hammer-on or a slide, sometimes we don't need to pick. So obviously the 2nd note in the hammer-on, for example, or the pull-off. So in the 2nd half of measure 1, where we play the pull-off from fret 2 to the open string, the next downstroke is what we play on that 2nd fret. That'll be on the 4th beat. So keep an eye on your picking there. It is all marked in the tablature. The 2nd measure, we've got that slide, so that's on an upstroke, and then that open 5th string is also on an upstroke. So when we slide from fret 4 to 5, we miss our down, then come up on the next open string. Pull off, hammer on over the end of measure 2 into measure 3. And then hammering on in measure 4. And 2 quarter notes to finish off measure 4 there, so 2 down strokes. Let's play that slowly from the pickup notes to the end of measure 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, first 4 measures. We'll come back to that and put the whole part A together at the end of the lesson. So just before we move on, hammer-ons, make sure you're firm. Make sure you're firm with the placement of the finger, so it's landing on, as it lands on that string, it's sort of an instant amount of pressure. If it's too soft or slightly off the string, you're not going to get a strong note. So work to control that finger. The pull-offs, make sure you're actually flicking or picking the string almost with that finger. That will give you a nice strong pull-off sound. And your slides, make sure you're holding that string firm and push into the string as you slide across. All of this is played with if you can keep your thumb down, it's going to help you open up those two fingers and make the reaching between the two frets much easier. You could play it with your thumb up, but it'll probably get in the way. So drop that wrist down and keep your thumb a little bit lower. All right, let's have a look at the second half. So from measure 5, we've got the same as the beginning. At this point, we change to move into the tag. And hitting our first repeat, which will then take us back to the beginning, and second time through, we would play the second ending. So let's take a look at this tag. So it kicks off from the end of measure 6 with the hammer on. Open 4th string with a slide. So that was down, up for your picking hand. Hammer on. Then we have this slide to close us out, and that was on fret 3 into fret 4. That one, you use your second finger, so it's a bit of the odd note out at the moment for the arrangement. Everything else is fingers 1 and 3. So second finger there on that slide, finishing on the open string. So let's slowly play through the final 2 measures from the pickup notes though at the end, the last 2 notes of measure 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then those 2 pickup notes, or if you're moving into part B, you'll have 2 different pickup notes. Let's play through from the beginning. So work on each of those measures, make sure you're getting to know where the melody's moving and where your fingers need to be. Practice it slow, keep an eye on the tablature, the fingering is in there, plus your pick marking is in there too. So we'll take it from the beginning with the pickup notes, we'll play slowly up until the end of the 8th measure. When we hit the repeat, we'll come back and we'll do it a second time. And then we'll just finish on that low D string. So from the top, not too fast. 1, 2, 3, 4. Repeat. Alright, second time through there for the part A, the first variation. So keep an eye on all those hammer-ons, pull-offs and the slides, and keep an eye on your right hand too. That's really important to keep it smooth. So this variation in the arrangement is really built for speed. You've only got the 2 fingers generally you need to use, and those hammer-ons and slides and pull-offs do make it easier to play at a quicker tempo. So as you're moving through and getting to know it, you'll find that it is easy to start to build up some speed behind this one. So if you head on over to pickinglessons.com, you will find yourself a copy of the tab as part of the lesson. You'll also find the next 3 videos actually. So we'll break down part B for the first variation, part A, and then part B for the second variation as well. And you've also got some play along and backing tracks at 3 tempos. So the first of those is much slower, and then build up to a medium tempo and then get up to the full speed that we heard at the beginning of this video. So pickinglessons.com, and I'll see you there.